All right, what is going on, guys? This is, of course, your boy Bernie here along with Josh.
Howdy.
And today, guys, we're going to do our Premier League overreactions. So this is, of course, after 1 week of football, we figured out what's wrong with this team, what's great with this team.
Yep.
Figured out who's relegated, who's going to
win the league.
who's going to win the league, who's scoring those goals.
Yep.
And so I got it to first off, we're going to start with Man United. But before we do that, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. All that stuff hits the algorithms. It helps everyone know that 4 a.m. football is the channel to be for your American 4 a.m.
Soccer news.
Soccer news. So, with that being said, let's move to Man United first. This is going to be an overreaction.
That's what the whole gimmick of the show is.
I'm going with that they should have kept Jose Mourinho this whole time and have him be manager, because I think at least they would be able to stay in top 4. That's my overreaction.
You know what? I don't even think, well, I mean, probably a little bit of an overreaction, but I will say that I think that Jose, as a coach, brought about a culture and I guess stability is a little bit of a ironic word for Jose, because after 3 seasons, he's always out of there.
Yeah.
But I will say that I think that if Manchester United would have signed the players that Jose would have wanted to sign and really bought into what he wanted to do with the football club, they would have definitely had more success over the past, I would say, probably 4 or 5 seasons than they would have had since what they've done. I will say that bringing in Ole after Mourinho is probably the right move to release the tensions and the shackles that Mourinho could have put on a squad. But I will agree that I think that if Mourinho stayed in charge, that they probably would have, and they would have got the players that he wanted. I feel like they would have done a lot more and been more successful as a club. Now, whether that could have lasted long term, I don't know. But I think what Jose's kind of showing what he can do now with Roma, where I think some people are even predicting him to win the league, which is crazy because the Roma hasn't really been finishing at that level for a while. But
yeah,
I think that with Mourinho and that little fresh boost that he gives you, you can challenge for trophies, especially with the football that he plays. And I will say that I agree that I don't know if Manchester United necessarily have the talent with this current roster if Jose was the manager to do things like that. But I can see that. I can like that.
Yeah, and so, it'll actually have them become Manchester United instead of what they're called right now, which is Midchester United.
It's harsh, man. It's harsh.
Very mid. So let us know in the comment section down below. Am I really overreacting, or do you think that this is a fair take? Let us know.
I will say that I think Mourinho in this current setup, he would probably quit by tomorrow.
Probably would quit.
If he would have given a little bit more time, we'll see.
All right, so let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of that overreaction. And the question that I have for Man United is, will Ronaldo score more goals or play in more games before the transfer window ends? If they got 3 games left, I think is what you said. So let's see if he can score 4.
I'm gonna say if I had to give my honest answer, I would say he'll probably play in more games. I think he'll sub on probably in the rest of these 3 games, and then, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe he leaves tomorrow.
Maybe he does.
I don't know. I would say game. I'd play in more games.
Okay. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below.
All right. My first overreaction comes at sad cost, Bernie. You know what I'm saying? Because as a Liverpool fan, there were rumors after Steve went to Rangers, won the league. You're like, oh, maybe in 2-3 seasons after you're going to, there's questions about if Klopp was going to leave after his current contract, which he just resigned. But I think you're like, ooh, Steve, maybe he could take over. Maybe a dream come true. Have to say that I think I've seen it maybe a little bit of a narrative that maybe Steve have left Rangers a little bit too early and come to a team maybe that wasn't super right for him. But my week 1 overreaction is that I think that Aston Villa are going to finish outside the top 10 this season.
Oof.
And that I would say that's a major overreaction in a way, because this team they have is talented. Obviously, if you look at the squad, McGinn, Jacob Ramsey, comparable in some ways to Jude Bellingham, maybe that next tier down version. You got Coutinho, what he showed he can do last season, the last game of the season, scoring a goal against Man City. Danny Ings, proven Premier League goal scorer. Yeah. Bailey, maybe a little bit unknown, but I think that the talent is there, and especially if Steve uses him in a more direct forward line way, he can impact the game in that way. Defensive line, Matty Cash, Konsa, Carlos, Digne, obviously a good back line. Emi Martinez, one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. But it's something about them, it just isn't working right. And I don't know necessarily if that's a Steve thing, if that's a team thing, if that's a morale, if they need to maybe change up the way they're playing, change the formation, change up the tactics a little bit. But I think from kind of what we talked about in the earlier video, if this form kind of carries on after what they did in that last season or last game of the season, lost to Man City, I'm just not seeing it. They need to pick up some points right away, I think, to really stop this slow decline that they're on right now. But I'm saying overreaction, Aston Villa finishing outside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad shout, but I do think that's a little bit of an
A
overreaction.
little bit of an overreaction. Their squad's too talented to really fall that far, but that's what I'm saying for my week 1 overreaction.
Okay.
All right, and my question to you, since we just talked about Manchester United,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bring up the fixture list over here because I'm gonna read off these two teams' next fixtures, and you're gonna tell me who's gonna finish on more points.
Eesh.
So we've got Leeds United.
Ooh.
They're playing at Southampton,
Okay.
at home versus Chelsea, at Brighton, at home versus Everton. And then we have Manchester United. They're playing at Brentford, at home versus Liverpool, at Southampton, at Leicester. Who finishes the month with more points on the board, considering Leeds are up 3-1 or 3-0 currently?
I got Leeds.
So I'm saying that might feature in my little second overreaction, but I think that, and obviously I'm not projecting Leeds to finish above Manchester United.
Yeah.
But I think that the way the fixtures go and the way that Manchester United are currently playing, I'm saying I think that Leeds will probably finish with more points over the end of the month than Manchester United, which will be for a right laugh.
I think it would be, and I have to agree with you. Leeds, they're playing some tremendous football right now.
I like what they're doing.
And the fixtures are on their side this
And Manchester United are not.
Yeah, Manchester United have to play some tough games. So yeah, I agree.
All right, give me your second overreaction.
All right. Second overreaction. I have it right here for you guys. It is.
Let me hear it.
Man City have already won the league in week 1.
Well, it hurts to say.
It hurts to say.
But is it wrong?
But is it
Let us
wrong?
know.
That's the question. I think that they found their zen in this game. Obviously, after a kind of a shaky start at the beginning, they finally found their zen. They got Haaland his 2 goals, and the goal scoring continues for him. The question I have for you for this Manchester City side is, do you think that Haaland will score 40-plus goals now?
Whew. I feel like it's interesting because I feel like what side of the Haaland meter you're on, you're either started the season being like, oh, he's going to score 30 goals for sure, or you're like, maybe he'll only score 18 to 20. And I think, honestly, saying he'll score like 35, 40 goals isn't that crazy, I feel like, of an overreaction to week 1. Because I feel like if he has games like this where he wasn't even like super impactful in a lot of the build-up play and all that, but if he can score, if he's on penalties as well, especially, and if he can get 1 to 2 chances a game where he gets through on net one-on-one with the keeper, you'd favor him to score more than not. So if you had to put the over-under at 40, I'm still gonna take the under, but I think 30 goals, maybe at the start of the season we were like, I don't know, but I think 30's almost, for overreaction's sake, I think 30 seems kind of like a lock at this point for Haaland.
Yeah, so let us know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Manchester City? Have they officially won the league in week 1?
As a Liverpool fan, you'd like to think no. And obviously, we'll believe that that's not the case. But strong indications of how that City team is going to progress over the course of the season after week 1.
Exactly. So let us know in the comment section down below.
All right, my second overreaction has to do with one of my questions earlier. I think Leeds.
Ooh,
okay.
Spicy.
Everyone's saying they're going to get relegated. Their signings are mid. No one likes it. They're not good. 2 Americans, a guy from the Eredivisie, 1 outside back. It's not that good. I'm telling you right now. Factually.
Facts.
Maybe not. I don't know. They're finishing solid mid-table. I'm going anywhere from around. I said 11th in my predictions, but I'm going to say 11th to 13th. I think that what I saw from them offensive-wise is going to score them a lot more goals than maybe some of these other teams that are lower down the table, not playing as good a football. I think that there are some defensive issues. I'm not gonna act like there aren't any. I don't necessarily know if Llorente is good enough, and then Struijk, decent player, but I'm not sure. I think Roca and Adams are going to be really good for them in the midfield, the high pressing style of play that Jesse Marsch has implemented. Aronson, obviously, I thought was really, really good at the weekend. Rodrigo has been interesting since he's come from Valencia. I think a lot of people thought he was going to be like one of their key attackers going forward, but I'm just not sure that he really impacted the game as much as they thought. But hey, scoring on your first game week for a new manager might give some new life, as you will, say into a player. Jack Harrison and Aronson on both wings, I think were good. Bamford, I love Patrick Bamford. Took him in my fancy auction league. Bamfy. He definitely had some chances where his control let him down a little bit, but if he can sharpen that up as the season goes along and be able to score those chances and assists like he did in the preseason for them, I think is going to really click for them on a new level. So I'm saying that's my second overreaction, that Leeds going to finish 11th to 13th. No relegation for them this season.
I actually think it's not crazy enough.
Oh my god, you're saying they finished in the Europa League?
I think they finished in 10th,
Oh,
9th or
Lord.
10th. I think that they can finish a little bit top half. I mean, especially the way that they continue to play. But again, like you said, the defense is a little worrying at times. And like you said, Rodrigo, can he continue that form that we've been accustomed to? I don't know.
And if he can't, then Sinistera, maybe bring the new signing from Feyenoord if he can come in and really do the stuff on that next level.
Yeah.
He could also help them out as well. A little bit of depth.
A little bit of depth. And then I think there was a question, right?
I did. This isn't necessarily about Leeds, but this is about maybe another team sort of in this similar area to which I might predict. We're going to go for one of our favorite clubs of all time, Brighton Football Club.
Brighton.
I'm going to ask
Top
you,
four. Top four sleeper.
what do you think happens first?
Ooh.
Do you think Brighton finishes 9th or higher,
Ooh.
or Graham Potter leaves Brighton to go to a top 6 club?
I think.
See, I think the main contingent point on this is that as it currently stands, I'm not sure the Brighton squad is good enough to finish 9th or higher, especially considering these other clubs like Newcastle, Aston Villa are really pushing the envelope on that, especially Crystal Palace as well, Leicester maybe. So I think that the contingency lies is if Brighton can make some good transfers, maybe not necessarily in this window because they did just get that 50 million from Cucurella deal. If they can invest wisely, and I guess also losing Basuma as well, the 2 big losses for them. But I believe so much in Graham Potter, but I'm just not sure that the squad is good enough to take him to that next level before maybe a top teams ends up calling for Graham Potter. What do you think?
That's a good shout. I'd probably go Graham Potter before Brighton. If Brighton was able to keep Basuma and Cucurella, maybe I'd give them a fair shout. But since they weren't able to keep those guys, I got to go with the latter. Got to go with the manager getting a top.
And it's pretty sad too because I think Brighton plays some of the best football, and then we talked about it earlier. But I love Graham Potter, and I think he's been he's one of those managers I think's been kind of shafted in a way because I think the football that he plays and his style has been so good that he hasn't really been given a chance at some of these top tier jobs because he's won nothing. Even though at Brighton, I don't know how much you expect the guy to win, but I agree. I like Graham Potter a lot, but I think that eventually he'll probably move on to a bigger picture before Brighton really elevate to that super mid-tier club going up to the potential Europa League conference spots.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And then I think I have one last one.
Oh my god, I have nothing. What do you have?
All right, this one just because
off the top of the dome.
Off the top of the dome because we have our friend group that is a bunch of Arsenal fans.
They are Arsenal fans,
so you gotta mention it. And of course, PM is one as well, so you can't forget about
PM.
But does Arsenal have the passion and energy to continue their form of run, or will the Pajara get to Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal squad?
You know what? Saying that, I want to look at who we got. What's their fixture list looking like? I want to look at what they got going.
Very favorable.
I know they have Leicester, but what do they got going on after that? Bournemouth,
Fulham, Aston.
So they play Leicester at home, which is nice. Then at Bournemouth, and then home to Fulham, home to Villa. You're putting me on the spot here. I'm gonna say that they win their next 4 games. I think that this team, you would hope as an Arsenal fan, has taken that next level.
Yeah.
You know, we've always said that they've had the attacking players and the flair, and they've been able to hurt people. But did they have that stability? Did they have that structure? Did they have the defensively ability to see out games?
Yeah.
And now with Saliba, who's overreaction, best center back in the world.
Yeah, best center back.
Best center back in the world.
Van Dijk
exactly.
2.0.
Put that on the TikTok. Yeah, I think that with the solidity they have at the back, I think that they can beat Leicester. Bournemouth, I don't know, they just won 2-0 against Villa. Maybe they'll continue a nice run, but I think that they'll beat Bournemouth. Fulham, as much as they gave us troubles, I think that Arsenal could beat them. Villa, as much as we talked about them, I think they can beat them too. And then that Manchester United game. The Man U Arsenal fixture is one where it doesn't matter what form the teams are in going in. We've seen great Arsenal teams lose to crappy Man U teams in the past. We've seen Man U teams against crappy Arsenal teams lose.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's definitely. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win that one, but I definitely think that Arsenal are gonna avoid the Pajara for the current time being. I think they could. I think they have a very good shout to maybe end August as the top team in the Premier League.
Oh dang! Yeah, let us know in the comment section down below about Arsenal and what they were able to do there, and also these other teams as well. Of course, this is the week 1 overreaction.
Give us your overreactions. What's crazy to everyone else, but not to you? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section down below. And anyway, guys, that's going to do it here for the video. My name is Bernie.
I'm Josh.
We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Like I said, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. All that stuff helps the algorithm out, and let's try to get to the magic 10 subscribers. Anyway, guys, catch you later.
Bye.
Peace.